but you could tell that they were real eyes. Like, he couldn't replicate this. Like his, but it was like lifeless. Like the soul had been removed from this guy's body. You know, that was the first time I saw a dead body. And years later, I found out that my cousin actually took me to see that body because my father wanted me to see it, you know, see how I reacted, see if I was, you know, if I lose my composure, if I step back at all, you know, see how I'd react, you know, sensitivity, next level becoming desensitized, you know.
What you're going to see is a chunk of story that was taken out by the editor, and at the last minute we had to put back in. You're going to see time cut on the screen, the coloring isn't done, there may be some issues with sound, but this is something that I find very relevant to this man's character.
So it was summertime, we had this long fucking driveway, really long, 1/8 of a mile or something. I was working up for 2-3 summers. I wanted to roller skate down that hill. When you're a kid, you look down a hill like that and you're thinking, holy fuck, how can I do this? It's like the scariest shit in the world. End of the summer, I said, fuck it. Boom. I go down the hill, I'm on my skates, I'm going fast, so fucking fast. Feels like the wheels are about to fucking come off. You can't stop, you're going so fast. One of the things on my skate actually broke and boom, I just land. Blackness, tar and grit on my face. I reach up, I looked at my hand, I'm bleeding. My head's cracked open. Parents are in the house, and I'm screaming, mommy, daddy, mommy, daddy, mommy, daddy. Fucking blood, there's the salt it's like salt water in your, you're right there, pal?
Doing fine.
I'm just fucking, I'm screaming. I'm like, mommy, mommy, daddy.
Depending on what I was observing in the interview, there were times where I was deeply concerned about Johnny, about how he was raised and some of the stories he told. And then there was other times where I questioned what he was saying. I wasn't sure that he was telling the truth. I'll just say it like that. And there were times where I had to take pause and check my own reactions and responses to the things that he was disclosing.
Looking at me, you know, just looking at me. And I remember in that fucking moment, in that one moment, knowing that no matter what, no, are we done with the moving around? Are we done with it? Okay. All right, I'm gonna go back.
My response just really depended on what was being told in the interview. There were some things that just didn't make sense to me. I couldn't reconcile, and even some of his stories, I just sensed there was some inconsistency there. But that also made sense when he told his story, and he was very candid about basically being a pathological liar, and he probably had trouble even being honest with himself and recounting his own story.
Remember what I told you about guineas? Fucking, they lie, you know?
And the fact that he could be so upset and then just cut off the emotion and start over again and be dramatic again was really telling of potentially some very serious personality disorders. Even when he's reflecting on some of the hardest moments in his childhood and in his life, it seems like these are just narcissistic injuries. So again, he would have the narcissistic personality trait, even if it's beyond that. For example, when he tells a story about his roller skating accident, then stops and requests to retell that story, you may have noticed, you may not have, the story changes and becomes more dramatic. Something might have fallen off on my roller skate became a wheel fell off on my roller skate.
This is the fucking truth. The fucking wheel came off of one of my fucking skates. And I just remember, I flipped, everything goes black. I look up, I'm on the ground, I have this hot tar.
It was that sort of thing. Like I questioned, why is he telling this story? I don't question that he had a big accident, and this was a huge impact on his life for maybe very different reasons than what he was sharing in the interview, and he might not even be aware. It seemed to be more of a narcissistic injury than it did, like a childhood trauma and abuse. It was more, he didn't do something perfectly, it didn't go well, and he didn't get the response that he was looking for. And he realized for the first time his sort of vulnerability.
I'm screaming, I'm crying, I can't see. I'm wiping blood away from my fucking eyes. It's just pouring into my face, and it's burning because it's like fucking salt water, like a thick salt goo and tar and sand going in my eyes, and I'm fucking screaming. I'm like, Daddy, Daddy, Mommy, Mommy. I was a kid, you know, fucking Mommy, Daddy, screaming. I wipe the blood away, and I'm able to catch my fucking dad standing in the window, like something out of a horror movie, you know? Just standing there, stoic, no emotion. Time was slow. It seemed like he was just staring forever, and I'm like, help, you know, help, help. And then he's gone. And I remember thinking, nobody's gonna come out, nobody's gonna pick you up, nobody's gonna fucking say, oh, poor baby, are you okay? You have to get the fuck up. Stop fucking crying. I stopped crying in that fucking moment, got up, go in the house, I walk up the stairs. My mom, my fucking mom, she, don't fucking bleed on my carpet. That's what she says. Don't fucking bleed on my carpet. My dad was sitting on the couch. He was waiting to see what I did. He was waiting to see what I did, how I acted. Go in the bathroom, I'm washing the blood away. I remember just looking in the mirror and just seeing this gash across my forehead. Going to the hospital, yeah, I get stitches. They put a mask like on you, you know, with an opening, so my face is covered. I remember I'm getting really fucking nervous now, and I know it's coming. Something's coming, you know what I mean? They put the mask on with this open thing, and the doctor asked my parents, do you want to stay and hold his hand? And my mom, no, and she walks out of the room. My father leans into me and he says, don't scream. Don't scream. Leaves the room. 33 fucking stitches right there. And not one fucking peep, not one fucking peep. You could see, now I got the old lines, man. Middle age, yeah, big scar, not one peep. We got in a car after. My mom was driving. I don't know why my mom was driving, but we were going to my favorite calzone place. I was able to get the adult-sized calzone. It was a big calzone. This place, Giovanni's. They used to do this trick that they would make the calzone, bake it, and then they would deep fry it. It was fucking delicious. My dad, he says, you didn't make a sound. You became a man. You became a man today. He's a great man. My dad, he's a good guy. It's fucking crazy when you're 9 years old and you discover your own mortality. You gotta find out somehow. I gotta use the bathroom.
Sure. Yeah, of course.
Here?
No.
I know.
You can take a break.
Give us a clap, Johnny.
Yeah, most mob guys are fucking idiots, you know.